Hey traders, welcome to our daily forex forecast. If you are looking for where the next big move is on for DXY, Euro, GBP and Bitcoin, then you are at the right place. So today I'm going to show you where the next move is going to be on this following PS. So stick around and let's dive in. So not wasting our time, this the currency you are looking at currently is DXY, which is the dollar index. And there are things I put on my chart because this is I'm just trying to grow my YouTube channel, and this is practically some of my this is my second video on this channel. So I'm going to make sure that I explain some of things I put on my chart. But going in, I might not really be explaining some of this because I want to keep the video concisely short and simple for my traders. All right, so stick on, let's dive into the chart. So this is the dollar index daily chart, and if you look at what happened today, we see how the dollar has dive price higher, very impulsive on today price, and we didn't even get a week on the low, meaning which is showing is low strength on the dollar index, or what some traders might call a very strong strength on the dollar index. Now you might be looking, what is these things I put on my chart? Now for you to know, this TS, this is a plus TS, which is positive TS for bullish turtle soup. When you hear TS, I mean turtle soup. Now this, we see price has turtle soup this particular candle, which is a a candle range. We want to see how price react on the range. Now as an ICT trader, we determine that price go for sell side, then go for buy side to sell side, or inefficiencies. Now this positive TS is just me saying that price coming all the way down to this place is going to be a what? A positive turtle soup. That means price is not going to continue going lower. It is going to take turtle soup it and go higher. Meaning we're just going to, if you understand what turtle soup is, that is just sweep the liquidity and reverse. So, and exactly that's what happened here. We see price turtle soup it and reverse. And if this is a candle range, as a trader, then we want to first of all target 50% of the area, and that is how we make our money today in my community. So if you want to also join my Telegram community where I share free trade for now, everything is free, no premium, or I share all my free trade. You can check on this channel bio, and also do me the favor, since I'm just trying to grow, subscribe to this channel, and let's reach out to more people. Then we've seen how we priced or to soup this area and we go higher, but we fail to reach this level, which is fine. And I want to show you guys what is my monthly, what am I anticipating on the monthly. Just like we have seen price drastically drop on the monthly time frame, I am not in favor of price passing out or going above this 50% previous month 50% candle range. All right, let me go to the monthly so that I can effectively explain what I mean. Now when to make sure, let me put on daily. So I am trying to set something. I don't want this to be showing on the monthly time frame. So yes, so let's go back to our monthly time frame. Now if you see what I'm trying to show, that this is a monthly, the previous candle, which is the August trading, we see a rally drop in price. Now if this month September is going to be bullish or is going to be bearish, we are in support that price might actually come to the 50% area, which is fine. If we get to the 50% area, fine, but we should not go above the 50% or so deep to it, which is, if we go deep to it, that means it's showing that the dollar is gaining strength. All right, because if we are going higher, it is gaining strength, and if we are going lower, it is losing strength. So that means if price is going to since we are seeking for sell side currently until price show otherwise, then if if price continue coming higher, I'm okay with it. That means we should be okay with it, but it should not go much deep into the previous day range, which is it should not go at even up to 62% or 50%, but 50% is okay. So the high and the low of this August candle is what I mark as 50%, which you are going to see on other charts. So you will not continue to ask question or wonder why there is a 50% here, and that is the logic behind that 50% on that area. So now we have our total soup candle, which is July candle, our let me go back to the monthly. It's like I'm trying to rush. I want to make this video as short as possible so that you can watch it, know what you're doing, go back to your own chart. But now this particular month is our candle range theory candles, which is CRT candle. I save my own as CR, which is candle range high and candle range low. Now if you see price has taken this candle range high, and whenever the high is taken or if any candle is taken, what do we project? We project that price has taken the buy side. What is left? The sell side of that candle. Just like what I'm explaining here currently, since we've taken the buy side, then we are anticipating for sell side. That is why we are projecting that August should come all the way back to this sell side liquidity, which is our CRT low, our CR monthly CR low. Then let's go back to the daily time frame. Now on the daily time frame, similarly, just like I have shown you about the monthly, we've seen this particular candle. Price has taken the word total soup this area, and we are going higher. We've take the sell side. What is left for us? We have taken the sell side. What is left for us is buy side, and that's how you see price sweep this sell side and going for this buy side. Now this is where it might not really or get tricky a little or become critical for uninformed trader to analyze or uninformed money. We see this high is very close, or it's very close to our previous month's 50% candle range, which is August 50% candle range, just like I've shown you guys. So if I'm looking for it to be total souped, and on a daily time frame, if price or candle, the daily candle close above it, that means the overall trend has changed from buy side, from sell side to buy side. The overall monthly trend is still favoring sell side. That means we are still looking for price to come lower, but any instance that make price to close on a daily time frame to close above this turtle soup, and sorry, above that, yeah, above this turtle soup, which is negative turtle soup, a bearish turtle soup, to close above it, that is indicating what? A bullish momentum incoming, and this particular candle will now be an order block, all right, which indicating that price is going to seek for all this area and come back all the way to our monthly fair value gap and all. But if you watch my monthly market review, I shouldn't, that's why I'm not going back there to explain. So there's no need for me to explain. If you want to really get the overall picture, you can check for my monthly market review, and if you don't see it, ask me the question on the comment section and I will tell you where it is. So yeah, let's dive in. That is where we are focusing on for DXY. But now let me read something I wrote for you. Now, as long as DXY remain below the August 50% candle range, there will still be a great tendency of DXY pricing lower, and the closest daily candle high, which is the Friday August high 2025 candle high, is likely to be swept and priced lower, which we are okay with. But if the XY close above it, price is likely to continue going higher and disqualify the overall bearish expectation in price. This is everything I've just explained to you guys. This is where I wrote on my journal and everything. So this is where what I favor for the XY. What about tomorrow? Specifically tomorrow. Now tomorrow the XY we sweep the we sweep our uh, I'm in a haste, but let me calm down. So, my expectation, which is what I'm anticipating for tomorrow price delivery for the XY, I want to see the XY maybe come all the way to take this previous day high, which is today buy side liquidity, the previous day high, and if not, we are going to remain on a range. I'm not in support of price coming all the way back to this low, but which might likely happen. Why is because if price keep I want to see price stick being around this area, which is above this area, maybe come here, so that the NFP coming in on Friday can deliver price. If NFP sweep higher and go lower, as long as we keep pricing around this area, which is or within this turtle soup, this two turtle soup, as long as we keep pricing around that area before Friday, that means I am anticipating for the NFP to be bearish for dollar. And if it's bearish for dollar, which will set the actual momentum for our month for September leg. That means if we the NFP come out bearish and the dollar is bearish, that means throughout the whole of August, we are going to continue seeking for what lower prices until we see this monthly candle range low, which is monthly sell side liquidity taking, which is our major external liquidity, and this is what I favor. So for me, I am anticipating for tomorrow price to either come for this buy side liquidity or remain on a range, which is become an insider bar candle. It might not take the previous day high or low, but there is internal liquidity that it can seek for. So this is the 4 hourly contract for the XY. We've seen clearly here where the market thought to soup it and how we continue pricing higher, and which is very impulsively. And we've seen that this price around this area, we see this is a buy side liquidity, but we didn't take that liquidity, and we have our buy side liquidity here, which is the negative turtle soup, where the way we price here, we did not close above or below it. That is how I want to see us price here and fail to close above it, which is just as simple as that. So as long as we did not close above it, then we are going to see bearish move. And if NFP comes out and it's bullish for dollar and we close above it, that means the September month is going to be a bullish month. That is as simple as that for what I'm anticipating for. Something else can happen, but as long as this condition is in place, then we are going to have a good trade for this September. Now, on the 4 hourly time frame, we see that the price reacted off of this area. So what I'm anticipating for tomorrow is we might see price open trade if we are going to be on the range. If we are not going to seek for this previous day high, then we are going to seek for this internal range liquidity, and obviously this breakaway gap around this area. Then I don't want to add that to my chart so that it will not make it too colored. So that is one of my biggest expectation for tomorrow price on the 4 hour, as simple as that. Then on a daily time frame, this is getting more interesting, because if you have your higher time frame perspective, then you can use your lower time frame to reframe your projection and see what is likely to happen more. So on the lower time frame, we've seen price retest on that 4 hour fair value gap, or CB, which is sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency. So as price has retest into it, we might likely see price come all the way back to this area, but it's not going to, it's going to sweep. If we indeed come here, we are going to sweep it and come back into the range, which is going to make tomorrow Wednesday candle be a ranging candle. Otherwise, Wednesday might likely price above it, above this buy side, above it, above this 4 hour fair value gap, and retest to it and come for this turtle soup or previous day high. So I'm not expecting much price delivery for tomorrow, but the market can do otherwise, and whatever happens, we are going to, witness it tomorrow. So on a sorry. Oh, well, I wanted to go on 15-minute time frame for the XY, but I forgot. Is I don't go on 15-minute time frame for all this price or for dollar index, except I want to show you guys euro. So let's go to euro. Now euro, we are going to spend a little more time, but it's going to be worth it because we are going to explain a whole lot. So to cut the story short, let's start from the monthly so that you get to understand, because I believe some of you are new to my channel and I will have to put in effort to explain some terms for you guys, since some of you guys are not very equipped with what I'm doing now, what I'm doing here. But my channel is different and the way I look at the market might be different. So this is our 50%, which is for August low, our 50% candle range. And also, if you look at the euro for July contract, which is this particular down close candle, we've seen that the low, the sell side is taken, and we are anticipating for price to go for the buy side. Similarly, in correspondence to the dollar, what we are looking for out for the dollar, we want to see price remain above this 50%, and we don't want to see price close below the 50% on a daily time frame. As long as we remain above this 50%, then there is high chance we are going to continue going higher, and the September month will be a bullish month. All right. So similarly, if you look at the weekly time frame, we've seen there is lot of, internal range liquidity around this area because of these candle weeks. So price might likely sweep them and go higher. But let me explain something for you guys. Just like the the dollar index sweep the positive TS, which is the plus turtle soup, right? Because if dollar is going higher, euro will be coming lower. Now euro supposed to take this negative TS before we start coming lower. Now we fall short of it, but it's okay because that is also explaining smart money divergence. If you don't know, you can check around, but I'm surely going to do a video on that when I'm totally free. I'm going to do a video on what smart money divergence is and all of that. But now we've seen how euro fall short of it, but the XY take its own low, and now we have this low. I am anticipating deeply that euro might also fall short of this low, but we could also take the low and even price into the monthly 50% candle range, but we should not see the daily candle close below it, which is very important. We should not see the daily candle close below it. Now if we look at the 4 hourly time frame, all right, now this is very fantastic. Now we've seen how there is relative equal lows, although we sweep this low, but this is a relative equal lows. And if you look back here, we've seen another block. So on which is on 4 hourly, we might see price just tip on this 4 hourly order block and start going higher if eventually euro want to soup this plus ts is, which is plus turtle soup. That means we want to see price sweep it and reverse, which is sweep it and become bullish. Why negative turtle soup? We want to see price sweep it and become bearish. That's why I put negative, just to to give my own self satisfaction. Because if you I don't want to go too much, but all right, on this 4 hour we've seen price deep down, creating a fair value gap just like it was showing on DXY. But the during New York session, price recouped and price into that range. All right, and we cover almost 70% or 62% of that fair value gap. So, and we also price lower closing below it. So what do we favor tomorrow? I favor more of price seeking for previous day low, which is our sell side liquidity. So my draw on liquidity for tomorrow, my bias tomorrow should be this buy side liquidity, and if price sweep it, then we will come back into this range. So as long as we keep trading around these TS, or which this turtle soup, these two turtle soup, then before Friday, because this is an NFP week. Normally, if you are not really informed as an informed trader, you're not supposed to be trading during NFP week. So you're supposed to be trading, we have 4 weeks in a month. We're supposed to be trading only 3 weeks in a month and leave the um the NFP week, because anything can happen, because they are preparing the data or the algorithm for manual intervention and all of this stuff. If you want to learn more, you can join my community. All of this stuff I'm saying. So let's not waste our time. Now, on a daily, on hourly time frame, we've seen how price traded here. So just similarly to what I was talking about on dollar index, we might see price take this low or take this high. So this is our internal liquidity area that price is likely to seek for. But whichever price is willing to seek for, we are going to see it during our trading hours, which is the London session. I only trade London and New York session, and maybe I might, if I have time on the 15-minute time frame, I might explain what really happens today and how the whole thing happened, and you'll be shocked that, how can somebody sees all of this price move? Can you see it before it happens, or you see it after? So all those things matters though. So on the 15 minutes time frame, on 15 minutes time frame, this is our previous day high and our previous day low. So let me take the other one before today out. Yeah, your one. So on the 15 minutes time frame, the market open around this area, and the Asian session traded, taking the New York session for Monday delivery. All right, we sweep the New York session for Monday. This is the New York high, because the Monday price delivery for New York was in a choppy and did not do anything. But yeah, today Asian session take the New York high, and the London session deliver into the 50%, around 62%, which is an optimum trade entry. If you are OTE traders, this is an optimum, which is exactly 62% region before this big moves down. Now after we move down, if you don't know when London starts, London, I put my time frame at New York time zone, which is UTC -4 New York. So London starts at exactly 2 o'clock a.m. New York local time, or 8 o'clock a.m. Nigerian local time. After that 8 o'clock, or if you're supposed to be in your chart by 7:30 minimum, then when it's 8 o'clock, you need to start seeing what price is doing around the Asian session. Now the London deliver to the 50% or above the 50% of the Asian range. This whole move down here is the Asian range, from this up to this low. So the price move all the way down to this Asian range, and but we recoup the 50% before this massive drop. And that is how fantastic trade was today. But after this price delivery lower, we the London session ended around here, which this is the London low. Now similarly, what happened during the London? If you measure this high to this low, the New York what recoup up to 63% of the London range, meaning this is the London low. The New York starts 8 o'clock a.m. the New York local time, and which is um 2 o'clock a.m., 2 o'clock p.m. Nigerian local time. Now, if we compare that, we see that during 8 o'clock candle, we've seen New York sweep Asian low and price back into the range. All right, price back into the 50% range, which, because then on the 4 hourly time frame we were seeing a 4 hourly fair value gap, which is giving us an insight that price is likely to take, to price back into it during New York. So if you've seen something like that happen before New York, you have a fair value gap on a 4 hourly time frame, then we should expect that price will fill that fair value gap. How far can it go? Then you measure the range. All those, me, I target the 50% of this fair value gap. I target the 50% of the fair value gap, and it was fast and easy. But I missed the trade. Right, I missed the trade because it did not give me what I was looking for. The price was so energetic, it didn't even retrace back. So I was looking at this fair value gap, this 15-minute fair value gap here, for price to at least dip a little, especially when we have this other block here. So I was looking for the 50% price to come back to the 50% of this fair value gap, which where I placed my entry, and I missed it. But as long as London is I tick London, then there's no problem if I miss the New York. So and I don't chase the price, but as traders, especially when we are still young, so I'm not supposed to be teaching, yes, of course, but this knowledge, the more I explain on YouTube like this, the more I get to understand myself, because it gives me an avenue where I can explain. Imagine, it's joy to feel like you can explain to people about what you know, and then we see that, oh wow, this thing is actually working out. So the joy, and it is part of my learning process though. So try and support me. Thank you. And let's go to the let's go all the way to GBP, the cable, right? So this is cable. Wow, cable did surprise me today, right? Because the price delivery for cable was very energetic too, and we've seen how this is our 50% region. If you see my previous month 50% candle range, so that is just what it's representing. And we've seen that GBP has a fair value gap, clean fair value gap, and a clean bullish order block. So what does this has to tell us now? And this our turtle soup. Now let me mark something for you guys to see. You see how price did not, I'm just, let me expand it right now. So I'm still in favor of GBP being bullish, as long as we did not close, the daily candle did not close above, sorry, did not close below this turtle soup. This is a candle turtle soup. If this is our plus sorry, our yeah, this is supposed to be a plus TS, which is positive TS. If we sweep it, we're supposed to see price go higher. Then this is our negative TS. If we take it, we are supposed to see price come lower. Now exactly what happened, we sweep this and we come lower. Look what we have here. Price has taken, I didn't trade GBP today, all right? So I don't day trade GBP. I want to see long time perspective on GBP, but I explain it for those who really wants to trade GBP. You can go and do your own analysis on your own end after watching this video, if it actually helps you. Then we've seen that price did not close below it, which is exactly what I'm trying to explain on both dollar index and euro. And also we still trade lower into this fair value gap, feeling this inefficiency, which is very, very good. That is why I'm very strongly in support for GBP to remain on this range. And as long as we remain to remain on range. I don't want I'm not in support of the GBP taking previous day low or previous day high, right? Because I want price to remain at this area within these tiers, within these two turtle soup which I draw on the chart. I want price to remain within that range so that NFP can, coup us back, and then we will now know what the monthly, if this month is going to be bearish month or bullish month. But anyway, if I'm in as long as I am still in support of this month being a bullish month, then um I don't want to see NFP, or I don't want to see price start coming higher before NFP will now take us lower. So that is just it. And one of the great secrets I've learned so far is that wherever every new month candle, except that month has uh, which there is these two major news that used to derive the market so crazy. We have NFP and forgotten, but yeah, it's in my head, but to say it out is just not coming out. So anyway, I want to see price at least uh, reprice back all the way into to fill this inefficiency. This inefficiency is not totally filled, it's not well filled on GBP, unlike how it is filled on euro. And I'm not in support of price coming all the way back. But this is a 4 hour time frame. We close below all this area on 4 hour time frame, which is fine, but the daily should not close below. This is where everything becomes, this is how you know how to use your time frame. All right, very very well. The daily should not close below it, which is very very fine if we see the lower time frame candle closing below the total soups, but the major time frame should not close below it. So if we go on 1 hour time frame, I'm not going to go more deeper like that. So I'm going to take this plus TS out. Now on hourly time frame, this is what I'm favoring for DXY tomorrow, sorry, for GBP tomorrow. I want to see GBP comes all the way, take this total soup, then we go higher and buy into this buy side liquidity, and also fill some of this inefficiency, which is going to make the overall tomorrow trading to be a range, which an insider day candle for GBP. So that is all for the cable. Now if you come to Bitcoin, BTC, yeah, very very important. If you watch my yesterday video, I have said it even on the monthly time frame that I'm very very in support of BTC coming higher into this area, daily buy side liquidity and weekly fair value gap, sorry, daily CB or daily fair value gap and weekly bearish fair value gap. So all this is an area I'm looking for price to come. Then if we now look at our candle range theory, we have one sweet CRT candle here, and we've seen how price take the low even multiple times, as when which is a turtle soup, right? As we sweep that turtle soup, we started going higher. So this is everything you need to know about um when you see people posting CRT. Oh yeah, candle range is very very good if you know how to use it. But before you can use it, you should know which candle is best fit for a CRT candle. It's not all candle that fit for a CRT candle. Two, you need to have your key levels. One of my key level that makes me believe that price is going to come all the way back here is what? This fair value gap, the weekly and also a daily fair value gap. All right, and again the monthly what? Price delivery. We've seen a strong shift in price after we've seen the monthly candle sweep. We've seen a sweep, all right, which is a total soup, market total soup, this area, this previous month. So we have a monthly CRT, and we are having internal CRT, which is daily CRT inside the monthly CRT, which makes me to support that price is going to come higher. So tomorrow we are going to continue seeing higher prices, and I want to see price continue coming higher. Then maybe we can close above this area on Friday before, or on Thursday before Friday. If price is around this daily BC or a weekly fair value gap, any of this area, be on Thursday or before Friday, then NFP is going to take us lower and BTC is going to drop massively, creating another what break of structure. What do we see here? We see high, low, higher high, and lower low. This area, this particular candles is what, if you know your breaker, bearish breaker. So there is so many things in this BTC price that is showing what, bearish momentum. So I'm more on a long time, I'm in support of seeing BTC going lower. And yeah, I'm in support of seeing BTC going lower. But for let's say for tomorrow, because if you are you are trade, I don't day trade BTC, but for record, I have friends that do that. So they also very enjoy my videos. So guys, this is because it's because of you guys I'm doing this breakdown. If not, I'm just supposed to leave BTC, wait until BTC get to this daily BC, then look for smaller time frame break of structure or change of character, whatever they call it. But me, I call it market structure shift. If I see a smaller time frame like 4 hour or 1 hour market structure shift, then I am going to engage. And I don't mind putting my stop loss above this or at this previous month high, and I'm going to target all the way back to this low. So which I'm going to target 90, that BTC should come to all the way down to 97 or 98. And imagine you sell from 114, or let's say you sell from 113, and you take profits at 98 or 97. That's enough, right? So that is it. And yeah, I'm still in support of BTC coming higher, but where should you engage? What PDRA? The reason why I am coming on a lower time frame is for you to be able to figure out, or to explain what lower time frame PDRA you can work with. So on a 4 hourly time frame, we've seen, right? Let me add it, because me, if I look at chart like this, I'm seeing what I want. So we might see price get all the way into retest on this fair value gap. Let me show you why price will, if we go on a lower time frame, I will show you why price will is likely to come to this 4 hourly what fair value gap. Fair value gap, or BC. Yeah. So why is price likely to retest here? I will show you on a lower time frame before we go higher. So tomorrow we can actually see something like this. So I'm going to put this for the video record. Maybe tomorrow we'll see if price actually respect it. So then our stop can be below the 50% of this candle wick. So there are so many things I use on my chart, or I use that I don't even have to place it. If you look at this particular candle, this week, the 50%, I want price, no matter how price want to dip tomorrow, we should not dip below the 50%. Otherwise, that is showing that price, price is weakening. And because imagine putting stop loss here, if we get up below the 50%, that means we are still going to get below this area. So that is just what it is. And price is likely to seek for this our CRT, our daily candle range high. So this is almost 2:1. So yeah, 2.2 risk to reward ratio, which is fantastic. And you might not actually trade it this higher time frame. You might wait for internal or tomorrow for you to engage in the price. Now, fantastic. If you look at this, is my plus turtle soup here on a lower time frame. That is, I'm expecting price, or I'm anticipating for price to take this turtle soup tomorrow before we continue to go higher, right? And again, there is something about BTC. BTC is very good for OTE, which is optimum trade entry. You should, if you are a trader of BTC, you should be good with identifying range, and also be good with your Fibonacci too. Now if you look at this fair value gap, right, some people will call this an inversion fair value gap, but I call it a fair value gap. If you look at this fair value gap, whether inversion or non-inversion, fair value gap is a fair value gap. If you look at this fair value gap is exactly at what, the 62% region of this range. So if price came below and this our TS is be above 50%, so price is likely, for me, I'm expecting for price to come below this area. Otherwise I don't have reason to engage. All right, except you want to chase price because you already know where price is going, you want to go and chase it. Then you know BTC with crazy moves, it can take you out at any fucking time. But if you look for an OTE entry around this area, around the 62% region, which is like around 109. We price might come around 109 before continue going higher. So which is also very, very good price range for you to anticipate for tomorrow. Now, I was checking that BTC like or love to respect fib. Let me show you an example. This is now a tutorial, but I don't care, no matter how the video is long, but just I want my viewers to enjoy, not just to see where price is going. Look at how BTC comes back to the 62% region today and go higher. Let's take it out. Let's measure this one, this particular one. You see, BTC is very, very good with, if you are trading BTC, you should know how to use your Fibonacci to find the optimum trade entry. This is BTC come all the way to the what, 78% region. Imagine after you've seen your daily CRT candle low taken, right? You take a trade, like after it get taken, now you are looking for an opportunity to enter. You will use your what, your Fibonacci tool after you've seen a change of character, like, or market structure shift, whatever you want to call it. This is my market structure shift. Why is this a market structure shift for me? Because there is the market, if you look at it, the market closed above it. So if you use this one, it's still okay. Sorry, if you use this one, it's still very, very much okay. If you use this line here as your market structure shift, it's still very, very okay. We've seen that market take it and we've seen a drop in price before going. So then you now target your 62. If you target 62% region, you could have take an entry around this area, but you might likely get taken out. And if you are so afraid, you might take your trade out. They will take you out thinking price is going to continue going lower if you don't trade, if you don't trust your system. But if you trust your system, as long as your stop loss is below this area, you don't have to be scared. So I just show you three good example of an optimum trade entry on BTC. So I will call this a day for today. And this will be the end of the video.